So let's dive into how a bank actually operates. How does a bank actually work? Well, if we take our money like we did in the last example and we put our money into the bank, let's just assume we deposit $100,000 into our local conventional bank. And our local conventional bank agrees to pay us 4% interest, okay? To us, our deposits are assets. To the bank, our deposits are liabilities. And the bank doesn't like liabilities, so they want to convert liabilities into assets. And the best way for them to do that is to loan that money out, because a loan to a bank is an asset. So the bank is going to turn around and they're going to lend that money out so that your neighbor can go and buy their new home. And you're probably like, thank God my neighbor's leaving, but that's their new home and the bank charges them 7%. They pay you 4, they charge them 7, and the bank makes the spread. And all the bank does is exchange the loan for the money that they need in the form of a mortgage. Your neighbor exchanges that loan money to the seller of the house in exchange for the keys. You see, money's nothing more than a means of exchange. And then the seller deposits the money back in the bank. And what does the bank do? The bank lends that money back out to you to go buy that new BMW M4. And that BMW M4, the bank writes you a loan and charges you 8%. Now remember, the bank is paying you 4, but now they're charging you 8 to buy that M4. You exchange the money to the dealership for the keys to the car, and the dealership deposits the money back in the bank. Then the bank removes that money again and they loan that money back out to somebody to do a home remodel. Maybe somebody's doing a new kitchen or a bathroom. Got to make the wife happy and you got to make the husband happy. So the wife gets the kitchen, the man gets a man cave. So the bank charges 9% on that loan. The person doing the remodel exchanges the money from the loan to the contractors, and the contractors deposit the money back in the bank. And then you decide to take a trip to Las Vegas because you're so excited about your new M4, you're so excited about your man cave or your new kitchen that you take a trip to Las Vegas and you put it all on black and it hits red and you rack up some debt. So you go to the bank and the bank gives you a debt consolidation loan, which out of all these loans that the bank just made is the only one that is not secured by an asset. So it's an unsecured loan. They charge you 12%, you pay off the credit cards, and the credit card companies deposit the money back in the bank. In every one of these transactions, who's in control? Are you in control or is the bank in control? The bank is in control. And how much risk is the bank actually taking to do all of these transactions? The answer is not much. But doing this, the bank is making a spread. So in the first example where you were earning 4% on your deposit, but the bank lent it out at 7%, the bank made 3% spread. Then they're paying you 4 and they charge you 8 that car. So 8 minus 4 is 4% the bank made. Okay, they're paying you 4 and they're charging you 9. So 9 minus 4 is 5% the bank made there. And then on that debt consolidation loan, 12 minus the 4% is 8. So how much money did the bank actually make by moving your money and everybody else's deposit money? Well, if you add those up, the bank made 20%. How many of you would be okay making 20% on your money? I think all of you would be, but you're only making 4, which means the bank didn't actually make 20%. The bank made 5 times more than you did, which means the bank made 500% more than you did on your own money because you were taught to give up control of your money. Welcome to what banks do very well. And the one thing I will tell you, okay, is a lot of you, when I tell you that banks make between 400 and 1300% on the money you leave there, you will say, no, they don't. You won't believe that. So I prove it. Go to bauerfinancial.com and what you will find is you can pull up any bank for any time and they will give you an annual report that will show you how much the bank makes on the deposits that we leave there. And you will see that there is not a bank out there that makes less than 400% annually on your money. On the main corner, any town in the United States, what is there? Your answer should be there's a bank. There's a branch office of a bank on every corner of every town in this country. And are they the nicest properties in the town? Absolutely. You're paying for it, so why shouldn't they be the nicest? Every day that I go to the bank, there's some sort of giveaway the bank's doing. And I love it. I go up, I make my deposit, and right there in a little cup above me is a cup full of suckers. I love my sweets. So I grab whatever flavor I want, strawberry, grape, lemon. I grab whatever one I want. I like the grape ones. And when I unwrap it and I enjoy the sucker, I look at the wrapper. What does that wrapper say? It says Dum Dums. Go to any bank, and I bet you any money their sucker says Dum Dums on it. Are they trying to send us some type of a message? You know, my wife has it even figured out more than I do. She goes to the bank to make deposits, and she comes home with an umbrella, a new toaster oven. The bank's always giving something out. Well, that's because they're making 400 to 1,300% on the deposits that we're leaving there. And, you know, don't be mad at the bank. They've just learned something that you haven't learned yet. But that's what you're going to learn today. You're going to learn how to become the bank. And not only that, doesn't the bank charge you more and more interest as you start using more and more credit? They do. They've got this so figured out. So earlier, when I told you that banks are the number one purchasers of these specially designed and engineered whole lives, the thing I said is the bank stupid, or do they know something you don't know? Well, now you probably should know that banks are not stupid. Banks know something we don't know.